There's a true story told of a modern day prodigal. You know, there's a lot of modern day prodigals out there. They're everywhere. There might be some here tonight. But this girl was really young, and she grew up on a cherry orchard in Traverse City, Michigan. And this young girl fought with her family a lot. Her dad was pretty rigid at times, and her dad didn't get along, and he didn't like the music she listened to, he didn't like the clothes she wore, he didn't like the friends she hung out with. They fought all the time about that sort of stuff. This girl's, I think, 14, 15 years old. And one night at the dinner table while the family was eating, her and her father got into it over something she had been doing, and she finally had just had enough. She started pounding on the table. "I hate you, Dad. I hate your guts." She threw her plate down and ran off up to her room and slammed the door. A little while later, Dad went up there to knock on the door with tears in his eyes, trying to make it right. She was still just livid, screaming through the door at him, "Go away. I don't want to talk to you." 15. And that night, this young girl made up her mind to do something she'd been thinking about doing for a long time: run away. So she'd been saving her money, and she put it in her little backpack and got some clothes and climbed out the window of her bedroom and somehow got down to the ground, and off she went in the middle of the night. Hitchhiked, made her way to the bus station. She got to the bus station, she bought a ticket to Detroit. She thought, they'll never find me in the big city. So she arrives in Detroit, and she meets her very first night there. She meets a man who drives the biggest car she has ever seen. And he offers her a ride and buys her a fancy dinner and takes her out on the town and gives this young girl some pills that made her feel better than she had ever felt in her life. And she decided just a few nights with this guy. He let her stay at his place, 15, and just a few nights with this guy, and she thought, "Oh man, I was missing the good life all along. My parents have been wrong the whole time." The good life, it continued for a year or so. And during that time, that man she met taught her some things that men really like. By the way, now she's calling him boss. She's underage, and men will pay a premium for time along with this 16-year-old. But she lives in the penthouse, orders room service whenever she wants, dresses in the nice clothes. Occasionally she thinks about her folks back home, but compared to this new life she's got, she thinks, "Oh man, that old life seems so boring." She can't believe she grew up on that cherry orchard. Another several years pass, and now she's 19, 20, 21. Hadn't seen her parents in years. She begins to get sick. And it amazed her how fast her boss turned violent when he realized she was sick. And before she knew it, she was out on the streets on her own without a penny to her name. She still turns a few tricks each night, but really that money just goes to support her drug habit. Winter blows in, and Detroit, after another year or so passes with her on the street, and now she's in her early 20s, and winter blows in. I got to tell you, it's cold here, but it gets real cold in Detroit. And she finds herself laying behind a department store next to one of the HVAC units on some metal grates and some cardboard, doing her best to keep warm that night. Scared to death, listening for footsteps in the dark, and tears start rolling down her eyes, and her stomach's growling, and she's hungry, and she has nowhere to go, and all of a sudden everything about her life looks different. And as she tells the story, as she laid there on that grate that night, that something jolted her memory. I'll tell you what that was, the Holy Spirit. She began to remember, she says in her mind, springtime on the cherry orchard. And how she'd run through the fields between those cherry trees and her golden retriever would follow her. And as she sat that night and thought, she realized that in her heart, all she really wanted to do was go home. Friends, there's a lot of people out there just trying to find their way home. She makes her way to a payphone and she calls. It took a lot of courage. She calls 3 times and 3 straight times nobody answered, went to the answer machine. And on the 3rd time she left a message and it went something like this: Dad, Mom, it's me. I'm wondering about maybe coming home. I know it's been a long time and I'm sorry. But I'm going to be catching a bus tomorrow up your way and I'll get there, looks like about 6 p.m. And if you're not there, I'll understand. I'll just stay on the bus to Canada. It takes about 7 hours on a Greyhound bus to go from Detroit, Michigan to Traverse City. And she tells that during that trip, she realized all the flaws in her plan. What if her parents was out of town? What if they missed the call? What if they didn't get the message? What if they had written her off and didn't want to see her? You know, she should have waited another day. She kept telling, I should have waited until I actually talked to them. And even if they are there, they probably do not want to see me. That's how the enemy works, right? And on top of all that anxiety, the closer they got to home, she kept rehearsing her speech. In other words, if her dad was there, what she was going to say to him. And she said her throat just kept getting tight because this girl, she's never really apologized to anybody for anything. She kept practicing. Dad, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Finally, the bus rolls into the station. Can you kind of see that in your mind's eye? The bus rolls into the station and the air brakes are hissing and the wind's blowing against the side of that bus. The driver comes on the intercom and says, 15 minutes, folks. That's how long we're going to be at this stop. She thinks 15 minutes to decide my life. And she pulls out a little makeup mirror and tries to smooth her hair down. In case they are there, she wants to look good and wipes the lipstick off her teeth and notices the nicotine stains on her fingers and wonders if her dad will notice. And cover up with some makeup, some track marks on her arm where she'd been shooting drugs. She gets off that bus and walks across the parking lot. Can you see her? Walks into that bus station and rounds the corner. And there in the bus station, in Traverse City, Michigan, stood a group of 40 family members. And they were all blowing noisemakers. And they had a banner tied to the back of the wall that said, welcome home. And there were grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and cousins. And through that crowd of 40, her dad emerges with tears streaming down his face. And he runs to embrace her before she even gets to the crowd. And as soon as they touch, she starts, Dad, I'm so sorry. And he literally puts his hand on her mouth and says, girl, we don't have time for that. We've got a welcome home party prepared and we don't want to be late. You think this is a lot of people. There's a whole lot more waiting at home. Hallelujah. That is what the gospel of of Jesus Christ is all about. God is a love-sick Father, and we need to be the family of God, willing to go to the bus stations in the middle of the night to find the prodigals that are looking for their way home. And we ought to be advocating for that in our churches, because there are prodigals out there everywhere that are far from God. And some of them are in my family, and some of them are my best friends that I grew up with. And there is nothing, I repeat, nothing more essential to God than finding what is lost. Amen. Would you stand with me? So tonight I'm going to